Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Saco School Board meeting for January 28th, 2026 at 5 p.m. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Would you please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. And I would like to make note of all school board members present with the exception of School Board Member Richards, who has been excused, and we do have Superintendent Ray with us this evening. Okay, item number 3 is the approval of the school board meeting minutes dated January 14th, 2026. Is there a motion?
Madam Mayor,
School Board Member Truman?
I move we approve the school board meeting minutes dated January 14th, 2026.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by School Board Member Preble. Any discussion or comment on the minutes? Okay, not seeing any. Roll call vote. School Board Member Warnoff?
Yes.
School Board Member Preble?
Yes.
School Board Member Roach?
Yes.
School Board Member Kidder?
Yes.
School Board Member Truman?
Yes.
And School Board Member Johnston?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. Okay, moving on to item number 4, there is no adjustments to the agenda this evening. Item number 5, there is no correspondence. Item number 6 is public session. If there are any members of the public wishing to speak, please step forward to the podium, state your name and address for the record, and you will have 3 minutes to address the school board.
Good evening, my name is Heather Palmer. I live in Old Orchard Beach, but I work for Saco Schools. Superintendent Ray, respected board members, and Saco residents, I appreciate this opportunity to address you tonight. My name is Heather Palmer, and I stand before you not just as an ed tech at Young School, but as a bus monitor for the Saco Transportation Department. In our classrooms, I help our students learn, but on the bus, I watch them survive. I'm here to tell you that our current safety measures are failing the reality test. From my seat on the bus, I witness a terrifying routine. Vehicles blowing past our stopped buses, ignoring the flashing reds, and disregarding the stop arm while our children are stepping onto the pavement. We are all aware of the heartbreaking tragedies in Rockland and Standish that claimed the lives of 2 Maine students recently. Those were not accidents. They were warnings. And right now, we are ignoring them. It is baffling that the Maine Turnpike Authority has the technology to automatically track a toll evasion, yet we send our children onto the roads without similar automated technology to catch those who endanger their lives. Why is a lost toll treated with more technological seriousness than a lost child? Governor Mills has proposed over $4 million in immediate safety funding for this purpose. The money is there, the technology exists, the grant funds are available. My question is simple. Why are personal passenger vehicles equipped with better safety sensors and cameras than the yellow buses carrying our community's future? Even most personal vehicles today come equipped with backup cameras to ensure increased spatial awareness. We cannot wait for a tragedy to put Saco on the news. I am asking you to immediately pursue the state safety grants currently available to equip our fleet with automated stop arm camera enforcement. We are obligated to do our best, and right now, we are not. How can we do better? And is there any valid reason why we aren't doing it now? I know the quick answer will be funding limitations, but if we tap into that grant money, we can put the ball in motion. And the fines collected from those red runners could presumably absorb and offset additional costs. I thank you for your time this evening, and I hope you'll take this matter seriously. Thank you.
Thank you, Heather. Any other members of the public wishing to speak? Okay, not seeing anyone seeking recognition. Moving on to item 7, that is the superintendent's report. Superintendent Ray.
All right, good evening, everyone. Just to update you just on the grant money, that money, my understanding is the $4.3 million is in her supplemental budget and would not be available unless that's passed by legislature this coming June. So my understanding is it's not grant money yet unless it gets into that budget. So just as we follow those bills throughout the spring. First and foremost, I would like to ask everybody to have a moment of silence for Paul Foley. Last week we lost a colleague in the bus department, and he was someone who was with the district for almost 30 years, and just heartbreaking situation for us. So, moment of silence for Paul, please. Thank you. Paul was a beloved bus driver who gave everything he had to the children in this community and to his colleagues. And while it was a very tough situation for our bus department, we did have an opportunity to share many great stories and fond memories of Paul here in the district. And there will be a burial later this spring that we will pass information on to once the family has made all those final decisions. When we talk about budget update, first draft of the budget is done. We have reviewed with principals. Now we are just fine tuning and hoping that by the end of the week we'll have a better idea of what state subsidy numbers will be so that we can start digging in a little bit deeper as February comes around. This afternoon we had professional development in our schools, and we worked pre-K, we worked on interventions for students. K through 5, we were working on NWA data and looking at that. And then grades 6 through 8 had a guest speaker from York who is an expert on middle school and high school implementation of AI. So those were some great opportunities for us. For the kiddos in the room, only got about 3 weeks until we have February vacation. So I hope you're looking forward to that. I think I am. Because we know I love a good snow day. And I love a good snow day message, too. Can't give me all day sitting around to come up with that stuff. And then one of the things, just to touch on the building project, we'll talk about it a little bit more, is that the road access off Millbrook is where all deliveries are happening now, and Route 1 will be blocked. So if you still wanted to park there and walk in, that's okay, but everything's going through Millbrook. And then we had principals and Meg were able to go look at furniture. And I think that we were at a showroom, and I think that we learned that we have a lot to learn about furniture. And we're really going to have to probably do a little bit more exploring, searching out. They even have an educational like furniture conference that we've really been advised to attend next year. Never thought it would be something so big, but I guess when you think about the number of square feet that we will be putting from cubbies to bookshelves to desks to tables to all of those things in, you're making a purchase that you're hoping is going to last 15 or 20 years on just the desk type pieces, and making sure that we get that right. So that's something that will be coming up. So thank you. Any questions?
Any questions or comments for the superintendent? School Board Member Roach?
First off, my apologies to the Finance Committee. I could not make the meeting today at 4:30, but...
We didn't make it either, Kevin, because things, the day got away from us a little bit.
Okay, all right. So my apologies. But going back to the bus grant, assume the money was available tomorrow. What is the logistics? You might not have the answer top of your head, but what are the logistics to retrofit buses with stop cameras and time frame?
So there probably will be, like, I won't want to talk just to buses, but anything that comes out like this is, number one, when a bill or budget is passed, unless it's emergency, you don't have funds typically or anything available until it's 90 days, correct, Meg? Not 120, just 90 days. So that would be part number one. Then you would be working with your manufacturers, because whether you have a Thomas bus or a Bluebird bus or another bus, you're going to have many different types of retrofits that would have to occur. You probably will also be looking at the age of your bus and whether the age of the bus will even handle that retrofit. So there's a lot of different pieces that will go into that. Probably anything newer would be okay. Anything that would be on the older side, maybe a little bit more difficult to install that on. And at the same time, when we're always fighting for funds for state subsidy for buses, you can't just necessarily take your older buses and just put them out and say we're not using those, because part of the qualifications for new buses in the state of Maine is not only 10 years old, but having at least 125,000 miles on those buses, which in this community is actually can be a little bit harder, because when you have a bus that typically does downtown stops, the amount of miles you put on that bus is very different than the amount of miles that you may put on the bus that handles North Saco. So there will be a lot of those different pieces. Again, I'm assuming someone's done the math of the cost of $4.3 million and what that looks like for our buses and whatever, but I don't know. I always get nervous when you put that amount of money out in public that you have this much available for something, because very quickly that's usually a higher price. So I don't know. It would take some time, Kevin.
Last question. I agree. 4.3 million could be sucked up by Portland, for example. But in Saco itself, is there any tracking going on of where these bus violations are happening, like Route 1 versus, a back road in North Saco somewhere, or do we know like where some violations are happening right now?
My guess is that it's everywhere. I mean, when I hear from guys, it's every road. I was stopped the other morning in Saco, on my way to work, and it was taking our students a fair amount of time that morning to all make it to the bus stop and get on, and I could see the cars behind growing impatient. You could just like say, oh, I hope there's no more kids because you could just see like something was going to happen. We send that stuff to the police department, they act on it, but sometimes the ability to get a license plate or tell what it is, we want bus drivers watching the road, watching the kids getting on, doing all those things. I mean, we have people who will cut not only on the outside, but there's been some of the districts were showing me some videos of people cutting on the inside. It's really more of a public safety piece, and we have worked on some public safety announcements, and both of our filmings have been on days that we've been prevented, like we were supposed to film on Monday. And then, all right, we had a snow day, so we're trying to get that stuff out there as a, public awareness campaign, is phone away, be patient, those types of things.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, moving on to item 7, that is the chair's report. School Board Chair Truman.
Hi, I just have one quick thing. We had a presentation back in October-ish on some days, and after some reflection on that presentation and taking the feedback from the board, I think it would be in the district's best interest to refer this program over to the curriculum, that's a hard word today, curriculum committee for some deep diving into potentially making this part of our curriculum. I think it would be in the district's best interest if we did something like that, so.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 9, staff reports. And apparently this evening, we do have student reports that we'll be presenting tonight.
All right, so I think
You guys like to step up?
Wendy, we're starting with you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Wendy LeBlanc, principal at Fairfield School, and this evening I'm going to share an after-school program that we host at Fairfield School called Learning Works. So I have our director, Sarah Doobie, here to talk about the program, and one of our students, Nora, and her family here, to share some of her thoughts as well. So I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Doobie, and then Nora will finish us off, and if you have any questions at the end, we'd be happy to answer them.
Good evening. My name is Sierra Doobie. I am the after-school director for Learning Works in Saco. Just wanted to share a little bit about the program and just show how much we love our program. So let me give you a little rundown here. So Learning Works Saco is a grant-funded program supported by the 21st Century Learning Center and Saco Schools. Thank you. We offer this program free of charge to families with students with enrollment based on the academic need and teacher recommendations. Our program provides a STEAM-focused learning experience with embedded literacy supports, hands-on activities, and engaging instruction. We partner with Go2Science for our science curriculum and offer students interest-based clubs for foster creativity and curiosity. We intentionally teach transferable skills such as time management, organization, teamwork, and responsibility, building habits that support academic success and lifelong learning. Our mission is equipping Maine learners with the confidence and skills to realize their full potential. We are always looking for staff and volunteers to expand our program, and I will let Nora introduce herself, and she has a sentence she would like to share before we show you a little video from our students who chose to express what they love about Learning Works.
My name is Nora, and I'm gonna do a reading for you. I got to Learning Works, and I love Learning Works because we made ice cones out of snow and juice, and the Learning Works teachers help us, and go Patriots.
Thank you so much, Nora. We do have a video for you from the students that chose to express what they love about Learning Works, so go ahead and turn your faces to the screen.
Hi there, I'm here with Juliana, and we're going to talk about what we love about Learning Works. So, Juliana, what do you love about Learning Works?
I love about Learning Works that we get to watch Go2Science, and right now we're learning about manatees.
Thanks for sharing, Juliana. How about you, Fen? What do you love about Learning Works?
I love about how Curiosity Cat and Data Dog, and Curiosity Cat, she was working in the socks, was attached to random liquid things, and boom, it turned into impostery.
Thanks, Fen. Hi, Penelope. What do you love about Learning Works?
I love about Learning Works to learn, and what we do, like to do fun stuff.
Fun stuff. Awesome. I love it. Thanks, Penelope. Hi, my friends are going to sing the Go2Science theme song for you. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Go to science, and we'll bring the dead to you, and we'll do the science with you.
Hi, Hadley. What do you love about Learning Works?
I love about Learning Works is that there are amazing people here, and I love playing with them.
Thanks, Hadley. What do you love about Learning Works?
I like the morning meeting. We did the snowball fight, the snowball greeting, and I liked the Go2Science, and I liked
You were saying the painting?
the painting, and I liked to draw on
Oh, we did a fun activity where we drew on each other's back with a finger, and then we drew on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
It was really fun. Thanks, Renisha. Hi, Eloise. What do you love about Learning Works?
I love all the fun activities we do and all the fun people that we have in the Learning Works group.
Thanks for sharing. Hey, Nora. What do you love about Learning Works?
I love that teachers keep me safe, and that I love them.
Aw, thanks for sharing, Nora. Hi, Hallie. What do you love about Learning Works?
I like that we make new friends and the screen that we.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun with that. We wrote our names on pieces of paper and crumpled them up, threw them, and we had to say hi to that person, didn't we? That was fun. Thanks, Hallie. All right. What about you, Mina? What do you love about Learning Works?
I love all the kids, how they're so nice to me.
They're so nice to you. Thanks for sharing that. What about you, Ellie?
I like about Learning Works is you can do go to science, and every day is like a new adventure.
That's awesome. Thanks, Ellie.
So Learning Works has been at Fairfield for 4 years, and now we have some CK Burns students that have either traveled up from our program and visit Fairfield at the end of the day, or they didn't attend Fairfield and have joined the program since. I do want to say, Nora, you did a great job, and Mrs. Mercier already texted me, great job, Nora. So I know she's got some fans out there. But I'm happy to take any questions, or for Sierra, if anybody has any.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? School Board Member Warnoff?
I saw that you had some safety lessons in there. What kinds of safety lessons have you guys done?
Yeah, so we've done some different things thematic based. So in the winter, we talk about snow and ice safety and how wearing winter clothes is to protect your bodies outside, how certain mittens will repel water, do a little bit of STEM with that as well. And then we also do like fire safety, bike safety, and just like making a safety plan at your house as well as at school. Those are the big ones for sure.
Perfect. Perfect, thanks.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, sounds like a great program, and Nora, you did an amazing job. Very good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Jeff Mears, principal at Young. I have Lucy here. Came with dad and older sister, so thank you for coming tonight. We also have Ivy right here, who came with mom and her older sister as well. So when we talked through what they loved about Young School, Lucy, come on over here. You talked about kindness and be the yellow and just what that means to you. So tell me what is something you love about Young School around what you told me today?
That people are kind and they are nice, and we have teachers that are really kind, and they do this thing called Fun Friday on Friday after you do the whole week at the end of Friday, and they like set up a bunch of stuff, and so we can have it fun for a little bit after we do schoolwork. And we also have something called Be the Yellow Day at my school, where we learn about different things about being kind, and one of them was being kind to the earth, which was we planted a garden around our school.
That's fantastic. She also said teachers are very kind, but they're strict when they need to be. So she was very clear with me with that today, right? Okay, thank you. All right, Ivy, come on over. Ivy mentioned that she loves some days at our school. So tell us, what do you love about some days, Ivy?
Some days are where wishes come true. I like how the teachers always make sure that they come true, so everyone can have a special day.
Is there any some days that stood out to you? You just talked about one from a few days ago that seemed really fun. What was that?
It was Cozy Day, and it was a teacher's some day that they that we all of the school wore comfy clothes to school.
People got to wear pajamas or something comfy, which we know Mr. Mears loves Pajama Day. Does anyone have any questions for us?
Any questions or comments? Ivy, have you had your someday yet?
No.
Nope, not yet this year.
What's your someday?
A movie to watch with a lot of kids and my sister.
We do a lot of traveling to Burns and back with siblings. That's probably our most popular someday.
That's fun. All right, great. Thank you both very much. Excellent job. Thank you for coming.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
So I think it was
Those the only two?
yeah.
Okay.
Was it Lucy back there? Is that her name?
Yep.
Lucy? So Lucy, I talked to you out there at the water fountain. See how easy it is once you get going to just keep talking? You were great once you got started. I have the same problem. Once I get going, I sometimes can't stop up here. Good work.
We've had 2 great weeks of students. Thank you to the principals for bringing the kids in to see us. Just kind of gives meaning and purpose to what we're all doing up here. Okay, moving on to item number 10, that is the board subcommittee minutes. Item A is the Policy and Personnel Committee minutes, which are included in your packet for the January 14th meeting, and the next meeting is February 11th at 5:30. Item B is the Finance and Infrastructure Committee meeting, and the next meeting is January 28th at 4:30. And item C is the Curriculum Committee, and their next meeting is January 26th at 4:30. Item 11, there is no old business this evening. Item 12, under new business. Item A is new hires. There is a memo in your packet. Is there a motion?
Madam Mayor,
School Board Member Truman?
I move we approve those listed in the stipend section and issue a stipend contract for the 25-26 school year.
Motion has been made by School Board Member Truman. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by School Board Member Johnston. Any discussion or comment on the new hires? Okay, roll call vote. School Board Member Warnoff?
Yes?
School Board Member Preble?
Yes.
School Board Member Roach?
Yes.
School Board Member Kidder?
Yes.
School Board Member Truman?
Yes.
And School Board Member Johnston?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. Okay, moving on to item B, there are no resignations this evening. Item C is a building update. Superintendent Ray?
All right, so as we promised, there would be a memo that's included in your packet every 2 weeks that gives you an update of the work that has been done. It seems like so much gets done in a 2-week period that you sometimes can't even keep up with it. We're still trending in that direction that in early March, we could have foundation that is in for any of the people who do choose to go for a ride and visit. Like I said, while you can't get onto site, but when you drive down Millbrook, you can definitely see a lot that's going on. We will be putting up gated access now that that road's in there so that we can lock up and make sure that the site is safe, which is important for us, excuse me. And so that piece has gone on. We also met today with a commissioning agent. Don and I met with the folks with Oak Point so that we can hopefully put forward who will kind of do the, I get lack of a better word, final inspections of everything in the building, whether that be from the heating systems to making sure that windows don't leak, all of those pieces, and then there will be really the conduit between the school department and, let's say, an installer if something doesn't go as planned. So just a lot going on, and you'll continue to see a lot going on in probably, 12 weeks from now. You may see some real concrete out there in the ground, and maybe even starting to see by midsummer, I suspect you'll start seeing a structure formed.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? School Board Member Truman?
Just a quick mentioned that I was going to ask you to clarify, because I thought you said foundation, and then you repeated it, so thank you. I was just surprised,
Yeah.
like, already. I was like,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Anyone else? School Board Member Roach.
Says a line item here for the material excavated for the geothermal field. So are funds, anything directed from the geothermal monies, is that already in play for that, or does that come later?
That will come later, because that, again, there's a lot of qualifications and pieces to get through. A lot of it right now is about the sourcing of where the equipment comes from, is it made in the USA, all of those types of things. I think it's next Monday, Meg, we are lined up with another call with the consultants to continue to go through that piece. But we're trying to check every single box so we can get that tax, I guess, refund back our way. But no, this is all project money right now.
Okay, great, thank you. Anyone else? Okay, moving on to item D, and that is a summer school memo. Is there any, thank you, Meg.
I'll just provide a brief update. For the past several years, around this time of year, I've kind of shared what our summer school plans are. At present, we are anticipating a different approach to this summer with a focus primarily on our extended school year services without offering a regular education option. Couple of reasons for that I've outlined in the memo. The primary reason is that there's a lot of question marks around funding. In the past, I know in 2024, for example, there was a combination of a Title I summer reallocation grant as well as an extended ESSER COVID funding grant that we applied for to total $150,000 to fund those programs for the summer. Last year, we kind of split those between Title I summer reallocation grants and locally funded resources for regular education summer school, and we have a lot of question marks about whether or not there will be summer reallocation funds in this upcoming summer. So that's a primary driver. Second and third to that, we've spent a lot of time looking at attendance data for summer school for regular education, and certainly you can see in the data there we've had both declines and kind of peaks and valleys over time, as well as having more students that kind of may commit in the beginning of the summer but then not be able to attend at all, as well as the day over day average daily attendance. And for those average daily attendance numbers, we did not include students that never attended. We kind of left that separate from that data. And lastly, we have looked at the student achievement data through the course of that. Of course, it's really hard anytime we do that because we aren't able to take two humans and make them widgets and say, well, if this student participated and this student didn't participate and they were the exact same person, how did that impact them? So I want to be clear that we're not demeaning or undermining the work that our staff does over the summer, but we have not been able to see huge academic gains for students through their participation in summer school. So at this point, we're proceeding with our focus on extended school year services through special education. We have had a partnership with LearningWorks to offer STEAM programming over the summer. So we will continue to explore what that might look like, but we are not currently planning to recommend pursuing an academic half-day summer school program for regular education students.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? School Board Member Johnston.
Thank you. I'm just curious, Meg, how is it at the end of each of these summer school events that there's some sort of an evaluation done of what progress the kids have made? Is that, I'm just curious about how that might be conducted or whatever.
We've done it a couple of different ways depending on the year. Sometimes we have looked at student growth from spring NWEAs to fall NWEAs and compared that to other student growth in the district. So is there a difference between the way that students who participated in the program performed in that time span versus those who didn't participate? And then last year, we actually dug down a little bit deeper and did a more like beginning of summer school assessment and end of summer school assessment. The hard part of doing it that way is we don't really have a control group, so to speak, to determine if there was a difference. So in that data, we're just looking at students who made growth over the course of the summer school time.
Thank you. That's helpful to understand the motivation to some extent. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. Yep. School Board Member Kidder, then School Board Member Warnoff.
I just have to admit that when I first read this, I was a little surprised and taken aback, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized this is, I think, a proactive choice, and it makes a lot of sense financially, I think, and just overall looking at the results of it, I think obviously some children are benefiting, but overall I think I'm in support of not recommending this, at least for this year. I don't know, is there any consideration that if we notice a decline in general education students that we might reconsider next year?
Yeah, I'm always up for reconsidering. I think another conversation that we've had is that summer school can look really different, and we've tried a couple of different models. Like we tried a more tutoring-based model. We tried kind of a regular education model. There are other models out there in other schools in Maine that follow like an outdoor education model or an exploratory model, or that their focus is about providing kids a safe place to have positive interactions with peers and with teachers, and that maybe it's not an academic focus. So I'm certainly open to considering anything in the future, and it does break my heart a little bit to come to the board and say, like, let's discontinue something, but I also think it would be disingenuous for us as a leadership team not to, in addition to suggesting things that we want to add, to also come to the table when we have things that we want to take away and say, we don't think this is working anymore, and that way we can lean into other things that we can pour our energy into that we do think are working or worth pursuing.
I think you just answered my question. I was going to ask you what kinds of other models did you think of, and one of them was tutoring that I was going to ask you about, but it sounds like you've already done that.
And that was the model we followed last year. We kind of had a trade-off with time spent in learning works for students, for our younger students, and then time spent in like small group, high dose tutoring in either literacy and math, or for some students, a double dose in math and a double dose in literacy.
Okay, anyone else? Great. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, moving on to item E, that is the first reading of policies. School Board Member Johnston.
Thank you very much. I move that we approve the first meeting of policies BEDD, Rules of Order, BEDF, Voting Method, BEDFA, Abstentions, BEDH-E, Public Participation at School Board Meetings, BEDI, Board Relations with the Media, BEDJ, Broadcasting/Taping of Board Meetings, BG, School Board Policy, BGR, BG/R, School Board Policy Procedure, BEDC, Quorum, BEDG, Minutes, BEDL, Adjournment of Board Meetings.
Second.
Motion has been made by School Board Member Johnston, second by School Board Member Truman. Any discussion or comments on any of the policies? Okay, not seeing any. Roll call vote. School Board Member Warnoff?
Yes?
School Board Member Preble?
Yes.
School Board Member Roach?
Yes.
School Board Member Kidder?
Yes.
School Board Member Truman?
Yes.
And School Board Member Johnston.
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. Okay, item F is the second reading of policies. School Board Member Johnston?
I move that we approve the second reading of policies BDA, Board Organizational Meeting, BDB, School Board Officers,
BDD, Board Superintendent Relationship, BDE, Board Standing Committees, BDE-R, Board Standing Committee Procedures, BE, School Board Meetings, BEA, School Board Use of Email and Other Electronic Communications, BED, Remote Participation in School Board Meetings, BEDB, Agenda Preparation and Dissemination, BEDB-R, Agenda Format, BCC, Nepotism, BDG, School Attorney/Legal Services, BEC, Executive Sessions, BEC-R, Executive Session Procedure, BEDA, Notification of Board Meetings.
Second.
Thank you. This motion has been made by School Board Member Johnston, second by School Board Member Truman. Any discussion or comment on these policies? Okay, not seeing any. Roll call vote. School Board Member Warnoff?
Yes?
School Board Member Preble?
Yes.
School Board Member Roach?
Yes.
School Board Member Kidder?
Yes.
School Board Member Truman?
Yes.
And School Board Member Johnston?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. Okay, moving on to item 13. There is no other information this evening unless any school board members have anything they wish to share. School Board Member Warnoff?
I just wanted to let the public know that school boards do have some support, and we have some development meetings, so we are not just your local people that you, well, we are your local people that you elect, but we do get some training and some support, and a good portion of our board members have attended a few of these meetings. They have them 3 times a month, not every month, but they have them most months, and they had a speaker that came to the last one, and he's doing it again tomorrow night. They usually have somebody that they'll invite, and there's a gentleman named Dr. Scott Levy. He's written a book called Why School Boards Matter and does an excellent presentation of that, and I've spread the word throughout the county of York to all the school boards that that's available to them. So just want to let you know that we have that kind of support.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, moving on to item 14. We do not have any executive session this evening. And item 15 is adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion made by School Board Member Truman. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by School Board Member Kidder. Roll call vote. School Board Member Warnoff.
Yes?
School Board Member Preble.
Yes.
School Board Member Roach.
Fire on the mountain, yes.
School Board Member Kidder.
Yes.
School Board Member Truman.
Yes.
And School Board Member Johnston.
Yes.
Motion to adjourn at 5:43 passes 6-0. Thank you, everyone, and have a great night. And prepare for Sunday's weather. We won't say storm. Hopefully, we won't have any school, school on Monday. I know.